Hello guys and welcome back to Flourish Academy. In today's video we're going to continue with the Python drill and we're going to be solving four more problems. Alright, so feel free to click on the link above to check the previous video before you continue with this, okay? Alright, so let's solve this problem using Python programming. This is going to be easy because I just want you to open your mind and learn whatever you want to learn, and then comment in the comment section below if you have any questions, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, all right, let's move on. Okay, so the first question goes thus: it says write a Python program, or write a program that will ask the user to enter the amount of a purchase. All right, so that's the first thing we're going to do. It's going to be asking the user to ask for purchase. That's the first thing our program would do. All right, so to ask for purchase, you use the input function, and then you also create a variable. So we might call it what variable purchase um, amount. Now will be equals to whatever the user inputs, right? So we're going to call the function the input function, and open and close the brackets, and then say what enter the purchase amount. Yeah. So remember what I said in the last video that you can actually typecast. So I'm not going to be breaking it down because I've done that in the last video. Please check in the previous video before you continue. So I'm just going to move straight. All right. So that's float, open, and close it in the front. So that would just use to our input value. Now let's move on to the question. It says, assume the state sales tax is 5% and then the county sales tax is. All right, so we're going to declare constant. We're going to say state sale tax 5%. That's 0.05, which is 5/100, and then the county sale tax. That would be 0.025 because the county sale tax is 2.5 over 100. Okay. All right, let's move on to the question. So it goes as it says, the program should display the amount of the purchase, that is the one that you first mentioned, the state sales tax, okay, the county sales tax, and then the total sales tax, and then the total sale. So this is beautiful. So we need to first get the state tax. Uh, so we need to first get the state tax, uh, the county tax, and then the total tax. So the state tax will just be the purchase multiplied by the the percentage of the sales tax, obviously. And the county sales tax will also be the same thing, but we are going to multiply the purchase by 0.025. So let's just quickly do that. So we go into right here, and then we want to get the state tax, or the state, let me just call it state tax value, something like that, or tax amount. Pardon me if I don't get the right, variable. It's just going to be the purchase amount multiplied by states tax. Now that is exactly what we're going to do, and then we're going to do something for county uh, tax value. Now the county tax value would be. Let me make sure I make it. Let me make sure this is bigger. Yeah, this is okay. So now the county tax value would be purchase amount multiplied by county. Yeah. So this would actually help us get the county tax value, and then the state tax amounts. Yeah, let me call it tax amount to value. All right. Now, after you've done that, then you can now get the total tax, because now this is a tax right here. And then let's get the total tax. So the total tax will just be the total tax, which is the state tax value, state tax amount, plus, because we're going to add there, plus county tax amount. Exactly. And then we're going to move on to getting total sales. Now, this is where we add up everything that we need to add. We're going to add up the purchase amount plus the total sale, the total tax. So, total sales, that is the total sales, would now be equals to purchase amount plus purchase amount plus total tax. Now, this will do the calculation for us. And remember what I said in the last video, that we would need to, our string format. We need to, format our string so that we'll be able to, get a, user-friendly output. And that's what we're going to do right here. So we're going to say print. So now what are we printing? We're going to be printing in format. We're going to be printing the state, amount. So we're going to say, I want us to use the string format. Remember, say what? The state the state tax amount is, and then you use your dollar sign and then call in the variable right there, state tax amount. Exactly. So we can copy and paste this one and just repeat. Okay, copy and paste. So we're going to say the county tax amount. County tax amount would now be county. And then we're going to say the total tax. The total tax amount will be what? Tax. And also we're going to say the total sales. Yeah, the total sales is the total sales is um, total sales. And this will do justice to the question. Now let's check it out and see what our result is. So when I click on flag now, um, it's going to ask me to impute the value. All right, yeah, this is it right here. Yes, let's do that. It's going to say enter the announced sales here. So let me say I enter $986. I press enter and then say enter the announced sales here. Purchase amount here. Okay, 65. Okay, so it's twice. Am I running the right thing? Let's do it again. So enter the purchase amount here. So I'm going to put 98 and I press enter, and then can you see right there we have it. It says the state tax amount is 4.9. That's and then the county tax amount is 2.45. Now the total tax amount is 7.34, but now the total sales is 104. All right, so like we need to also print our we also need to print our purchase price too. So we're going to say the purchase amount so that we can see the difference. The purchase amount is so we're going to, yeah, the purchase amount is what? Purchase amount. I know purchase amounts exactly. But now I noticed something about our output, and I think I explained this in the previous class, in the previous tutorial of this value right here. It's too much. Like the decimal place is way low. We need to reduce the decimal place. So to do that, a quick reminder of that. I did that in the last class, but I'm going to do it again. So we're going to put the colon sign. Sorry about that. We're going to put the colon sign. Oh, what's going on? You're going to put the colon sign right here, and then you declare the format. So 2F. Yeah. So this is it right here. So when I save my work and run it, and now it's going to ask me for the amount. So if I say $150, when I press enter, now you can see it's well formatted. You can see it's two decimal places right now. So you can see what is going on. The purchase amount is $150. The state tax amount is $7.5. The state tax amount is $7.5. The county tax amount is $3.75. The total tax amount is $11.25. So that is what we add up to our purchase amount now. The total sales will now be 161.26. That's all the first question. Hope you understand that. Good. Now let's move to the second question. All right. So the second question says, um, a car miles per gallon, that's MPG, can be calculated with the following formula: MPG equals to miles driven divided by gallons of gas. All right. So write a program that asks the user for the number of miles driven and then the gallon of gas used. It should calculate the car's MPG and the speed result. This is very simple, actually. It's more like a repetition of what we've done. We're going to just go straight, no explanation. I'm just going to write a code and then that's all. So the said MPG is miles driven divided by gallon of gas. So we're going to ask for that first. So miles driven now will be equals to, now we're going to ask for input. Remember that. So I'm going to advise that concatenate, or I said concatenate. I'm going to ask that you cast it before you now put in the value. So enter the value for miles driven here. All right. So the user is going to enter the value for the miles driven here, and then we're going to ask also for gallon used, I guess. The next one is gallon of gas used. Okay. So we're going to go straight at gallon used, and then we're going to go again, load, input, and we say enter the amount of gas used in gallon. Yeah, that's it. So now this is going to ask for two things. It's going to ask for the first mile driven and then gas use, gallons of gas use, and then we just want to divide and get the answer. So this is simple and straightforward. So MPG would be, that's simple and straightforward. So we're going to say MPG will be equals to miles driven divided by gallon used. That's it. And then to print it out, we're going to use a string format I've always been using. We're going to say print. Um, so we have two ways of doing that. I'm going to show you the two ways. We're going to use the first one and say the. Let me first check the words right here. We're looking for the MPG, the cars, okay, the cars MPG. Okay, we're going to say the cars MPG. The cars MPG is, and then you put in the value, which is what MPG. Yeah, so that's all, and that will solve the problem. So let's run it and see. It goes down to says enter the value of the miles driven. So the miles, 7 miles, and the gas used. Let's see, 2, 3. So you can see it says the car's MPG is 2.3 33. So we have to also convert that to two decimal points. So we're going to say that's 2F, and that is all for that. And then you can put miles per gallon. I think that's the, let's check that, miles per gallon. Yeah. So I think we've solved that. We can move to the next question. So let's run it again one more time. It says enter the miles driven. Let's say 245 miles, and then the gas used, let's say 20. And then click on it, says the cash OPG is 12.25 miles per gallon. And that's the cash OPG is 12.25 miles per gallon. And that's exactly what we're talking about. Okay. You can actually I think this is simple enough. Okay, let's not complicate issues. Let's just keep it simple and straightforward. Now let's move on to the next question. Now the next question is tip tax and total. All right. It says write a program that calculates the total amount of meal purchased, the total amount of meal purchased at the restaurant. Okay. The the program should ask the user to enter the charge for food. Okay, that's the first variable, charge for food. Let's just quickly do that. Charge for food, food charge. So we're going to click on the plus sign again. So food charges, food inputs, and then you check for um, inputs, the food charge here. Yeah. So that's the first question. That's the first part of the question. And then let's move on to it. Says the program should ask the user to enter the charge for food and then calculate the amount of the 18% tip. Okay, we want to calculate the number, the tip, and 7% sales tax. Now display this amount and the total. We're going to display the amount and the total. All right, to do that, we're going to get the value for tip. So to get the value for tip is more like calculating the tax or so and tip. But we need to first declare the value. So they said 80% for tip and 7% for sales tax. So let's do that. Tip rate is 18%, that's 0.18. And then sales tax would be the sales tax would be 0.007. My bad, 0.07. Now to calculate the tip, so the tip would be the food charge, multiplied by the tip rate. It's as simple as that. The tip rate, and then the sales tax value would be food charges multiplied by sales tax. Exactly. So now we've been able to get the tip rate and then the sales tax. So let's move on to the next one. And then says display this amount and the total. So we're displaying all of this and the total. All right. So to calculate the total, you're going to add, of course. So we're going to go by saying the total. The total would be food charges plus tip plus sales tax value. And that's all. And then we're going to display. So it's almost the same thing as what we have done. We're going to display and then say the charges. Charges. Let's use the same. It says amount of meal purchased. Okay, the charges for food. Yeah, that's what I want to use. the charges for food is, and then you put your dollar sign, then open the curly bracket, and then put the variable name. So this is one way of doing it actually. So we have another way of doing it using concatenation. Okay, but this is actually the best way if you're using Python 3.6 and above. All right, I'm going to use the second way right here by using concatenation. Say print, open and close bracket, and then you say the tip rate or the tip charges or the tip value value is. Now using concatenation, you're going to use the plus sign. You're trying to concatenate different string values. So we're going to say the tip value is, and then you want to use the dollar sign. So you can use the dollar sign here right here and say the tip value is. Now because you're dealing with the tip value, you're going to typecast that value and say str tip, and then you put in the value, and that will also work. Okay. And then the second to the last is print. I'm going to use string format right here. String format right here, and then it says the sales tax value is, and I'm going to use the second format right here, and I'm putting what sales tax value. And then the last one, last but not the least, will just be print. The total amount is, and then you use the plus sign. But don't forget to first put the dollar sign right there. Use a plus sign, string, typecast the value of total, and that will be all. You can see now, if you check it, we use different output method, but we're going to also get the same thing. We're going to get a well arranged output and then a user friendly output. Now let's check it out. We said enter the food amount. So let's say I bought a 450 worth of food and I press enter. You can see now this is beautiful. And then we have the charges for food is $450. The T value is $81. The sales tax value is $31.50, and then the amount is 562. So remember what I said here. If you want to format, just press the 2F. Or if I want to use one decimal point right now, so I'll say 1F, and then I'm going to run it again. I'm going to put in my value right now, 450, and then when I press enter, you see we have it right now, well arranged. So that's the third part. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you understand it. We're going to be doing the last part, and then that'll be all for today. All right, let's go to the last part of the question. The question says Celsius to Fahrenheit temperature. Now, converter. We want to create a converter. It says write a program that converts Celsius temperature to Fahrenheit temperature. The formula is as follow. Wow, I missed the formula, but I think it's wow. I'm going to check the formula right now. All right, so please hold on. Let me just check the formula. All right, welcome back here. So I got the formula. It says F equals to 9/5 C plus 32. It's as simple as that. I feel I should just allow you, try this by yourself, and then comment in the comment section if you have anything. What do you guys think? All right, let me just do it, okay? Because it is what it is. That is what this channel is all about. We're here to solve every problem for you, okay? All right, so it's very simple, very very simple actually. We want to write a converter that converts from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and that's all. So to do that, just go back to your code, click on the plus sign, and then let's write the code. So the code would be we're going to be asking for the Celsius value. So we're going to say Celsius. Oops, I'm sorry about that. Celsius. And then say what um, floats, and then input and then we say, please enter the current temperature in Celsius. Yeah, that's it. So that will be the question, and then whatever you input will be saved in the variable called Celsius. And now we want to calculate Fahrenheit. So let's say FAH equals to that's a Fahrenheit, and then we say be careful, and then multiply by Celsius, and then make sure you close the brackets so you are sure that you did that first, and then you now add it plus 32. Yeah, it's as simple as that, and that's just the value. And then you just go ahead by saying print. Make sure that your screen formatting is really very nice. You say the temperature, the temperature of um, Celsius degrees C's, or let's just put in this value, degree Celsius, degree C's, or let's just put in this value, degree Celsius is, and then you put in this and say far Fahrenheit. Did I get it spelling? How man? Oh, let me just put. I feel yeah, that's okay. But let me just Fahrenheit. I'm embarrassing myself right now. So now let's check it if it's correct. I don't know. I apologize if I don't get the spelling. My bad. Well, it is what it is actually. So when you click on flag now, it's asking input the current value in Celsius. Now I'm going to say, let me say for example, it's very cold. Let's say um, two, the temperature of 2.0 degree Celsius is 35.6 Fahrenheit. It's as simple as that. Like I said, this is really simple. Did we answer it the way they want us to do it? Let's see. Say the program should ask the user to enter the temperature in Celsius and then display the temperature converted to Fahrenheit. I got the spelling. Come on, yeah, and that is exactly what we just did right now. See, in Fahrenheit. So and then we actually displayed the output in a friendly way. Okay, you can decide to write it using the concatenation method. Let me just show you that. You can say what the temperature um, of I mean, use the concatenation of string Celsius, Celsius, and then use another plus sign. You say degrees Celsius is, and then use another plus sign, str, open bracket, and then say Fahrenheit, and then use another plus sign. You can see now this is a bit stressful for height. Yeah. So this is a bit stressful, but you know, it's still very much effective. It's just like the first one. But now let's check it out. It's going to print out the same thing. So let's say, for example, we have 7 degrees C now, and then we press enter. You see, it says, oh, okay, we should put a space after this. That's another thing about this. Now that's it. So let's run it again. Let's say, for example, 7, and then you click on. Oh, sorry. Wait. Enter. Okay. All right, we're going to run it again. Sorry about that. So I'm going to put in 7, and then it's going to say the temperature of 7 degrees Celsius is the same formatting as you can see, but one is easier than the other. So if you try this method If you try this print function and it doesn't work for you, it means that your Python is Python 3.6 below. But if you try this method, you can always try this method and it works with all versions of Python. This method right there is called the string concatenation. But this method right here, this format right here, works for. So that's the end of the tutorial. We've been able to solve all these questions and all the questions in this series. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we're able to help you out. Please and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment in the comment section below if you have any questions for us. And I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye. Stay blessed and keep watching. Bye.